Today I'm going to tell you a story of Maryam Mirzakhani, the first woman who won the Fields Medal in mathematics in 2014. Fields Medal is the Nobel Prize for mathematics. It's the most prestigious prize in mathematics, the highest recognition one can get. In fact, it is much more difficult than Nobel Prize, because Nobel Prize is given once every year, but Fields Medal once every 4 years. Nobel Prize, anybody can get it, but Fields Medal, in order to get the Fields Medal, you have to be younger than 40-year-old. So Fields Medal is much more difficult than getting the Nobel Prize. Speaking of Nobel Prize, the first woman who won the Nobel Prize was Marie Curie. She won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903 and Nobel Prize in Chemistry 1911. Women had to wait more than 100 years to win Nobel Prize for mathematics, and that is known as Fields Medal, and it was no other than Maryam Mirzakhani who won it in 2014.
As some of you may know, Harvard tried to hire Maryam not once, but twice. While we have a pretty good mathematics department, we're always happy to have more Fields medalists. And more importantly, mathematicians of extraordinary caliber.
Finally, women, on behalf of all women, she broke the barriers by reaching at the pinnacle of mathematics. So I always believe that Maryam Mirzakhani was bigger than a rock star, was bigger than a movie star, was bigger than president, prime minister, or anything for that matter. So I went to Columbia University and asked some of the students at Columbia University to see if they recognize her, and this is what I got.
No, I don't recognize her.
Disappointing experience. So we need to promote Maryam Mirzakhani's story, because we want more Maryam Mirzakhani in math and science. Maryam Mirzakhani was born in 1977 in Iran, in Tehran, Iran. When she was 3 years old, Saddam Hussein, the newly elected president of Iraq, invaded Iran and started killing people. More than 1 million people were killed. Most of them were Iranian, since Saddam Hussein used biological and chemical weapons. It was almost impossible for children to pay attention to education, to go to school. Children's education were badly affected due to this Iran and Iraq. When the war was over, Maryam was about 12 or 13 years old, and she finally got chances to focus on her education. She took the entrance exam to get into one of the most prestigious selective middle school in Tehran, Farjangan Middle and High School, and she got accepted at Farjangan. While at Farjangan, Maryam, by the way, always wanted to become a writer, because that was her childhood dream, and because she loved reading and writing.
I wasn't always very excited about math. I was more excited about reading novels, and I thought I would become a writer one day.
One day, while at Farjangan, one of the midterm in mathematics, she scored less than 100, and she did not like it. She cried all day, and she returned home crying.
Remember a time when Maryam was not good at math. In the first year, Maryam was the top student in every class except for math, where she was not among the top students.
On her way home, she decided to become a mathematician. She took it as a challenge and she wanted to overcome this challenge, showing the world it is possible for women to overcome challenge no matter how big the challenge is. By doing that, she gave up her childhood dream of becoming a writer. There is a lesson over here that a woman can overcome any challenge. Maryam life story really very inspiring, and that after that summer when Maryam returned to school, she became so good in math. It caught everyone's attention. The teacher used to go to Maryam for help with the problem they couldn't solve. That caught the attention of the principal, and principal gave Maryam a gift, and that was the biography of Marie Curie. Maryam read the biography of Marie Curie and she herself wanted to become someone like Marie Curie, wanted to contribute in math and physics. Later her life, she worked with so many physicists, including Leonard Susskind and Edward Witten. Principal also asked her to participate in Math Olympiad. No female before Maryam participated in International Math Olympiad from Iran. And Maryam participated Math Olympiad to represent Iran in 1994, and she scored 41 out of 42, winning the gold medal for Iran. Next year, 1995, she won the gold medal. She not only won the gold medal, she scored 42 out of 42. That paved the way for her to get into Sharif University, one of the most selective university in Iran, without taking any entrance exam. She earned a bachelor degree in mathematics along with her childhood friend Roya Beheshti. Maryam got a scholarship at Harvard University to pursue a PhD in math, while Roya Beheshti got a scholarship from MIT to pursue her PhD in math at also MIT. Maryam advisor Curtis McMullen recalled Maryam not only as hardworking but also outstanding student. Her work ethic really caught attention of Curtis McMullen, who himself was a field medalist. Maryam used to take note in English and Farsi, both languages. English she had to learn, she had to master in English, Farsi because she didn't want to let go anything without understanding. One day, Roya, who was at MIT, came to Maryam for the help with a math problem from her exam. And Roya recalled they both tried together until 2 in the morning. At 2 in the morning, Roya became so sleepy and she gave up and she went to bed to take a nap. But Maryam refused to give up. She continued. She stayed fully focused. When Roya Beheshti woke up next day, she saw Maryam still was trying to solve the problem. And when Roya asked Maryam if she did make any progress, Maryam said she almost solved the problem.
Worked on the problems, I did all but one of them, and the last one looked difficult. So I told Maryam about it, and we thought on it for a couple of hours. We had found a paper that we thought had some connections to that problem, but the paper was very difficult to read. So I gave up around 2 or 3 a.m. I decided that I had done enough and I was too sleepy, so I decided to take a nap. But Maryam was so deep into thinking that she said she wanted to work more. So I took a nap and I woke up around 7 or 6 in the morning, and Maryam was still up, and she said she thought she had figured out how to do that problem, and she was just checking the last steps. And then she explained everything to me, and sure enough, she had the solution.
And that is Maryam Mirzakhani, a very focused individual. One day, Maryam's daughter asked Maryam, what is mathematics? And Maryam explained. By the way, Maryam and John von Dark, a Czech computer scientist who also professor at Stanford. By the way, Maryam, after finishing PhD from Harvard University, she joined Princeton University as a professor, and then she later moved to Stanford University in 2008 as a professor, and there they married in 2008, and together they have a daughter, Anita. One day Anita asked Maryam if she can explain what is mathematics, and Maryam said mathematics is like you get lost in a jungle. What would you do if you get lost in a jungle? You put together all of your knowledge, and that knowledge give you some tricks and some luck. With that, you find your way out. Mathematics is just like that, helping you finding a solution to the problem, discovering, inventing. Behind every discovery, behind every invention, there is a math formula, there is a math equation, there is a math. Maryam in 2014 won the biggest prize for math for her contribution in geometry, dynamics geometry, application in Riemannian surface fields medal 2014. As a first woman. She was the first woman who won this prize. Unfortunately, Maryam diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away in 2017. She left her husband and her daughter. Every weekend, I listen to her husband music and her daughter song.
I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say you've lost my mind.
That helped me making a connection with Maryam. I'm sure she is somewhere in the heaven solving what she loves to solve, mathematics.
Eyes and I can see the world that's waiting.